Hello and welcome to the internet. My name's Kai, and in this video we'll be going over everything to do with creatine loading, as well as my experience loading creatine after more than 2 years without it.
Alright, so very quickly I'm going to go over what creatine is and what creatine does. Basically, creatine is used inside your body to create ATP, which is quick burst energy, but your body can only create and store a little bit of creatine naturally. Supplementing with creatine just increases the reserves your body stores so that you can produce more ATP for longer. Now, usually this isn't a dramatic difference. The ATP energy system is only for short bursts of energy. But it could mean the difference between getting a new PR time for your sprint or adding an extra rep to your bench press or squat that you can use to drive progressive overload. So, how do I fill my muscles with creatine? Looking at this study by Holtman et al., we can see that the male subjects who are taking 20 grams of creatine for 6 days saw the same muscle saturation as the subjects who were taking 3 grams of creatine for 28 days. But it's important to note that both groups still had to keep up regular supplementation with creatine to keep the saturation, albeit at a lower dose. This means as long as you're supplementing with creatine, your muscles are going to suck it up. So if you want to start seeing the results from the supplementation quicker, take a higher dose for a week and then drop down to maintenance. But if you're not fast, you can just take the maintenance dose for as long as you want and you'll get the saturation eventually. For this experiment, I wanted to get to a point of muscle saturation as soon as possible. So, given the evidence, I was going to take 20 grams per day for a week and then just take at maintenance. I did a bit of research to try to find out if it was better to take the 20 grams all at once or to split it up into a few different doses, and there didn't seem to be a clear winner. So I figured the easiest way was to take it all at once and should be right. This was not a good idea. And to help me illustrate why this wasn't a good idea, I'd like to direct you to this study by Ostojic and Ametovic. The gist of the study is that subjects that were taking multiple doses of 5 grams of creatine per day and subjects that were taking a placebo had no difference in negative gastrointestinal side effects, whereas over 55% of subjects that were taking the 10-gram dose of creatine per day experienced diarrhea. So instead I wised up and started taking 5 grams 3 or 4 times a day, either mixed with cranberry juice like you see here, or orange juice, water, pre-workout, or Powerade. Okay, so did loading creatine change my physique? And just a quick disclaimer, I'm not going to be talking about any strength gains or anaerobic performance increase, as those effects have been very well documented in hundreds and thousands of studies. First, I wanted to see how it would affect my weight. I'm just finishing a 20 kilo cut, so I figured while I'm lean and mean, it's a pretty good time to test it out. I recorded my weight every day for a few days beforehand, averaged it out to 78.95 kilos, we'll call it 79. And then a week later, after I was fully loaded with creatine, I started weighing myself again every day for another few days. And this time my average weight was 80.95 kilos, or 81, which is a 2 kilo increase just from loading creatine. I made sure to keep my diet mostly the same. I'm still eating at a deficit, so it's not like I gained a bit of fat in that time. Almost all of that weight gained is due to water weight and your muscles retaining more water when you've loaded creatine. I also took a biceps measurement before and after, and as you can see, gained half an inch. And hey, who couldn't use an extra half inch? As far as physique changes go, you can definitely tell that I've got another couple of kilos of water filling my muscles. I just look a lot more filled out, a bit stockier. Also a little bit more defined, you can see around the shoulders and the forearms, but I haven't actually lost that much vascularity, which is nice. Now before I end the video, I just feel like I should mention that there are a bunch of different creatine supplements, but for the duration of my creatine load and what I'm going to be using in the future is always going to be creatine monohydrate. It's had the most research done, has the most proven efficacy, is the cheapest, and there's really no reason that I've found to use anything else.
And that's it. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy the supplement content, be sure to let me know, and I'll see you soon. Bye.